Time I'd like to call the Crystal City Council meeting to order. Let's start with roll call, please.
Councilmember Budashevsky. Councilmember Cummings.
Here.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Here.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Here.
Councilmember Parsons. Mayor Adams.
Here.
Councilmember Banks. We have a quorum.
All right. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have an agenda before us. I'm looking for a motion on this agenda. Nancy?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
All right, thank you. Looking for a second?
I'll second that.
David, thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. So we're at the consent agenda just that fast. Go ahead.
Sorry. Can I ask a question about the donation part?
Does it affect your vote?
No. No,
We hold
well, it's just a question on one of the donations. I wanted a clarification.
Technically, we should be pulling that if there's going to be discussion around it.
Okay.
So why don't we
May I
pull
make
that?
a motion to pull that?
We'll
to-
pull that,
to
and we'll
discuss?
also, could you please include the
Council rules.
council rules? We're going to pull that until.
Oh, and also I'll make a motion to pull the council rules for discussion.
All right, thank you. Looking for a second on that?
Mr. Mayor, actually, you don't need a second. It could just be a request.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, thank you. All right, it's done.
Thank you,
Some
Troy.
things are easy, you know, I thought everything was supposed to be hard, I don't know. All right, so we have a consent agenda before us. Let me read that into the record. Approval of the minutes from the following meetings. First one is the work session from January 4th, and the council meeting from that same date. And then the license applications submitted by the city clerk to the city council, that list is in her office. Approval of a resolution appointing a council representative to the West Metro Fire Rescue Board. Approval of a resolution appointing an alternate member to the Bassett Creek Watershed Management Organization. And then approval of the pay equity report dated December 31st, 2021. And that is the consent agenda. Looking for a motion on that?
With those two items pulled?
With those two items pulled.
You go.
Nancy?
You say it.
I'll make a motion, or so moved.
Big second?
A second.
Big second, David.
Got it.
All right, there, we are rocking and rolling. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, motion carries. Open forum, do we have anyone here wishing to speak during open forum? Seeing no one approach, seeing our city clerk, looking online. All right. Nobody wishing to speak during open forum, we'll skip by open forum. Our regular agenda is disbursements, starts with our disbursements of $25,000 or greater. I will read those into the record. First item is Health Partners for January health insurance premiums for $114,360. Golden Valley Joint Water Commission for November water costs for $153,000, $683. Wow, math is hard. Numbers are hard. $153,683. Hennepin County Treasurer for Assessor Services for 8/1 through the end of January 2022. $106,000. Shingle Creek for the dues for 2022, $29,192. West Metro Fire Rescue District for January contribution to West Metro Fire for $113,656. Min-Para for the employee city and city required contribution for pay date 1/7/22 for $60,160. Met Council Environmental Services for wastewater services for January, $142,050. Total disbursements of $25,000 or greater is $719,103. $1,000,000.54. Are there any questions on any one of these items? Seeing no questions from the council, looking for a motion on this? Therese?
I will move to approve expenses over 25,000.
Thank you. Looking for a second?
Second.
All right, thanks, David. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have Mark Ray, our Public Works Director. He's here to talk about streets. Mark, welcome.
Good evening, council members.
Good evening.
Happy Tuesday that feels like a Monday.
Yes.
Matt, let me know when you get it into slide mode, and then I'll take it from here. So this year's mill and overlay project, it's about just under 4 miles. You can see, what you can't see here is it basically fills in everything we didn't get done last year. So the 2 neighborhoods you see will now have been mill and overlaid in the last 2 years. Slide. All right, I'm going for it. This is included in the street maintenance fund for 2022. As you can see, 3.92 miles. The important thing that I think is getting lost here is after this year's project, we'll have mill and overlaid almost 20% of the city's streets since 2019 with no assessments.
Wow.
So when you think about the number of properties impacted in the southern portion of the city of Crystal, we've done a lot, and there's a lot to show for it. Again, as with normal, it's a 1.5-inch mill and overlay, spot and curb replacement, and we're doing 5 curb ramps. Budget's just under $890,000. That comes from the mill and overlay contract amount, and then as well as our pedestrian ramp budget. Golden Valley does a portion just over $34,000. You can see we're basically over budget for the estimate by about $3,000. We're gonna use our in-house mill and overlay budget, which is a little over $50,000 to cover that gap. And hopefully bids will come in favorable, so that won't be an issue, but that's our plan if that comes up. Schedule, we'll be opening the bids if you approve it on March 8th. We'll do a council work session update on the 15th. Council will consider the contract. We've done direct mailing to all the properties already. Once the contract is approved, we know a little more, we'll do another mass mailing. Centerpoint, as usual, is doing some of their gas main work, replacing service laterals, moving gas meters outside. They'll be communicating directly with residents separately. So the items before you, there are 2. One is a motion to approve the resolution, approving the plan specifications, and the second one is then ordering the ad for bid for this project. With that, are there any questions?
Questions from the council?
Just great work. I mean, and I think your work that you have done has been so efficient, on time, on schedule. I've not heard any complaints from anyone in my section with all,
Oh,
with the
good, we'll do
work
our
that
best to
you've
keep
done.
them from not going to you. No, I mean, I gotta give a shout out to the contractor we had last spring, did a great job. They got in there and got it done quick, which is always good to see. We do allow flexibility. So depending on the size of the project, if we do a smaller project, they might do it later in the year. That's up to them, and we're trying to balance price with a quality project.
Well done.
All right, thank you. All right, go ahead, Nancy.
I'll make a motion to approve plans and specifications for the 2022, I always love saying this word, bituminous streets resurfacing project.
All right, looking for a second?
Second.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Do you want to hit the second one as well?
I sure will. I'd like to make a motion ordering advertisement for bids for the 2022 bituminous street resurfacing project.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you, David. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right.
All right, street utility reconstruction time.
Yeah.
So this is not just the pavement, but all of the utilities underground there. There are 39 properties in the proposed project area. As you can see tonight, again, you're considering plan specifications and authorizing ad for bid. Open ad for bid in late February. Consider the contract in March. Project completion will be 2022 this fall. As far as the communication standpoint goes, we've already done multiple direct mailings to all the properties. We have and are working on some more YouTube videos for the project. We have had some one-on-one communication with questions and stuff. And then actually we have another mailing going out tomorrow with some other, or later this week with some other additional information. And then once the contract's approved, we'll provide more kind of specifics on here's what you can expect. The one big thing to note is you see one of those blocks is in a giant blue circle there. The reason for that is basically we think the budget's not going to cover the cost for this. So I'm going to touch on this in a second. That blue section we're including as a bid alternate. So if we get favorable pricing, it will be included. If not, we'll have to delay it till probably 2029, because in 2029 is when we do 30th and 29th Avenue. So we'll be right there anyway, and so we'll just pick it up then. So the total cost, as you can see, is just over $2 million. Our budget is just under $2 million. There's the whole funding structure for it. So that's why the Edgewood is a bid alternate, because that saves us about $500,000 in cost. I would like to tell you I'm optimistic, but I'm not. So I think that we'll be pulling that section out. We will have a project, though. I'm confident we'll have a project because that's a $500,000 section, so that would bring our total cost down considerably. Again, CenterPoint Energy will be doing gas main work and laterals. They'll be communicating with our residents. So 2 items for you: approve plans and specifications, and then order ad for bid. Any questions?
Going back to that map, we got some, thank you. We've 31st, it's pretty hilly back there, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, I'm thinking of the right place then.
Yep. Yeah, especially that Florida right there. That section of Florida where they connect is, yes.
Okay, cool. Very good. Go ahead, Nancy.
With the Edgewood project, was that area recently mill and overlaid?
No.
It hasn't, so do you think it'll hold up until 2029?
So one of the things, what we've been doing is, so we've done the long-term plan for the entire city. So the intent is there is no mill and overlay area that will be anything done within 20 years. So we're maximizing the life. So what we're doing, this is the in-house work, is we're actually going there and literally just paving over the top of the roads. As it's literally a Band-Aid is what's going in there to get us to 2010. So it's basically the cheapest thing we can do that will provide a somewhat not terrible driving surface for our residents. So if you looked at the resident survey comments, one of them was like, you just threw asphalt down on top of the road. It looks like a Band-Aid or something like that. Yeah, that's literally, yes, you are correct. And that was the point. So we're trying to find the bridge of what is the bare minimum we can do to make that road not terrible, but get it to when it's scheduled to be reconstructed.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. All right, anything else? All right, looking for a motion.
I will make a motion
Would you please?
to approving plans and specifications for the 2022 utility reconstruction project.
All right, thank you. Nancy?
I'll second.
All right, thank you.
Pressure.
All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. You want to hit the second one as well?
Sure, I did such a good job the first time. And make a resolution ordering advertisement for bids for the 2022 utility reconstruction project.
All right,
I'll second.
thanks, Nancy. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right. Mark is still,
All right, next item up is a replacement of a sanitary sewer jetter. The existing truck is actually a 2005, believe it or not. We did rehabilitate it in 2018 to get a few more years out. We were successful in getting a few more years out of it. So it's a one-for-one replacement. The existing one will be traded in as part of this purchase. Purchase cost is $256,000. $275,000 was allocated. So the item before you is just authorize the replacement of a sewer jetter.
okay. Question on sewer jetting. Is there any type of entry when they're doing that? Do they have to enter down into the manhole?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, so it basically drops a cord out of the back that is a high-pressure hose that goes through all the sewers and blasts everything.
And do they stay in there as it's going down?
Do they
Just so-
stay? So no,
In the
no,
manhole.
no staffing go in it. So you just, there's a reel and it just gets lowered in. A staff person goes to the next manhole, they pop the lid and they look and they say, okay, you're in the manhole, stop and pull back.
Okay, but on the truck side, there, you don't put someone down to it?
Nobody's in, no, you wouldn't. I mean, it's loud and there's a lot of water spraying in a lot of different directions.
Right, why, I don't know, I just
Yeah.
can't imagine being down there, but I saw it functioning and a whole bunch of questions that brought me back to kind of confined spaces and what went on in the fire.
Yes, no, we don't go in
Like,
there.
Jeez, I really don't know what that thing does.
It's basically a pressure washer for sanitary sewers. And we also use it, so the more detail you want, it's gonna have a boiler on it. So one of the issues we have in the spring is our storm pipes will freeze. So this allows us to heat up hot water to bore through the frozen storm pipes to get those open so they can drain water as well.
I tried that indoors once with a hose and another unit that did the same thing. It did not go well. Go ahead, Nancy.
Just a comment and a question. I love the graphic of the truck and the letter. That was very nice to see the visual.
I have meant to do it, yeah, that should be in there for all replacements, and I apologize, I definitely have forgotten.
No, it's very cool. The question I had too was just on the quote that you got with flexible pipe tool. Do you get multiple bids, or is that pretty much the only place?
This
that
one's
carries
off a
that?
state contract, so
Okay.
that's why we only get the one there.
Okay, thank you.
Quite frankly, one of the issues we have right now is just finding vehicles. You can't get them. So, we're lucky that we were able to find one off the state contract.
Nice, thank you.
So on this particular truck, is it the truck wearing out or is it the equipment wearing out or is it both?
So the truck itself is a 2005. The stuff, so I asked, so in 2018, the tank was actually leaking, so we replaced the water tank that holds the water to use the jet. There was some rust on the truck, there were patches that were done, and then the pumps had worn out. So that's where they were just kind of rebuilt, I believe, and so it's really a combination.
Is that kind of like a PTO system?
Yeah, oh, it is a PTO.
Okay,
Yep.
all right, cool. Other questions?
We're getting a lot of details on sewers here, so
You know,
I'll go with the flow.
see what we did?
Yes.
It's
All
a
right.
deep subject, sorry.
David, can you save us?
Trying to jet right through it.
I'll get us moving. Luckily, I don't have a pun
Literally.
for this. So I'll make a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the purchase of a replacement sewer jetter truck.
All right,
I will second it.
all right, thanks, Therese. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
All right, the last exciting one here is just a contract for forestry work. We got quotes. We reached out to 4 contractors. 2 of them said they're too busy. We got quotes from 2 others. Nick's Tree Service was the lowest one. They've worked for us for a very long time. We're happy with the service they use. So we do some in-house. We contract out depending on a variety of factors. I do want to note, as you see, the total amount is somewhat arbitrary in the sense that we have to get unit pricing for them, but we are constrained by the budget amount and what our needs are. So,
I don't want to add to it.
don't freak out when you see the value there, because it's the unit prices are really what we need, and how we work with the contractor. 2-year contract, we can extend 1-year increments to an additional 2 years. So with that, are there any questions?
I
Yeah?
have some questions.
Yep.
The tree removal, are those emerald ash borer that you're taking down?
It could be, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, so I mean, it's, everything from emerald ash borer to hazardous trees to, like right now, there's a huge cottonwood down at Bass Creek Park that's a hazardous tree, right by Brunswick there, and like, we don't wanna do that, so he's in there taking care of that one for us.
Okay. Anything else? Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion for a resolution for awarding the contract for forestry services.
All right, thank you, Nancy. Second? David?
Second.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Next, we have our Community Development Director, John Sutter, here to talk to us about the Blue Line Route Modification Report. Welcome, John.
All right, thank you, Mayor Adams, council members. We discussed this in detail at the work session last week, so I'll be brief. The resolution basically is just commenting on the route modification report. It is not intended to address the many design details or options that will be evaluated by the city with Metro Transit and the county over the next year, which is about when municipal consent will happen, a year from now. The focus of this resolution is simply on the route modification report, where Metro Transit and the county are trying to confirm that the route that they proposed is the route to continue working on. So there are, in the resolution, on the second page, there are 3 kind of specific things about the report that we are requesting be changed, and then there's a general comment. So very quickly, the first one of the 3 specific ones is that they did not include any mention of the many comments from people in the community as well as council members about concerns about reduction in vehicular mobility due to the elimination of 1 lane in each direction that is proposed for Bottineau Boulevard north of Highway 100. The second item is that the report doesn't talk at all about the potential trade-off of reduced vehicular mobility to get improved transit access and so forth. And so the comment is that the report should at least acknowledge that there's a potential for a trade-off there. And then the third specific comment has to do with the statement in the report that basically implies that the traffic question with the lane reduction has been resolved, which is not correct. And so I'll just read the actual suggested language in the resolution that we would like them to put in the report. Is the impacts of the proposed lane reduction on vehicular mobility and potential design solutions to mitigate the impacts are recognized as a serious community concern and will require more in-depth technical analysis and community input. And then finally, the general comment is that the city supports continued exploration of the proposed route, but this merely endorses further study and design work and does not confirm community support of the route, because we're not there yet as a city. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions. One other thing, I did add a couple of whereas clauses at the beginning of the resolution in response to Councilmember Parsons' suggestion about overall transit improvement needs in Crystal.
All right. Any questions? Outstanding, I think.
Thank you, John.
All right. Looking for a motion on this one? Nancy?
I'll make a motion for resolution of comments on the draft route modification report for the Metro Blue Line extension.
Okay, I'll second that. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right.
Thank you.
Back to the items that were pulled. Let's go to approval of a resolution accepting donations. We had questions related to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted clarification for the donation from Mr. Elliot Belzer that I submitted on his behalf. The money was to maintain the Rose Garden.
Correct.
And this the wording said parks in general. I just wanted to clarify and make sure that that money was being used for maintenance.
Correct, it will.
Okay.
The best place to put it was in the general parks city initiative account, and that's why it shows up like that, but it is committed
Specific
for
for that.
that.
Great.
area.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. You want to make a motion on that one?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the resolution accepting donations.
Okay, looking for a second. David?
Second.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right. I am going to hold the other until after announcements. We're pulling out all the tricks. All right. Let's see, precinct caucuses will be held February 1st, therefore there will be no public meeting held that evening. Meetings are run by political parties and will take place at locations set by the parties. For more information, visit voter and elections page on the city website or precinct caucus page on the website of the Office of the Minnesota Secretary of State. Our next council work session is Thursday, February 10th, 6:30 PM in the council chambers at City Hall. Next city council meeting is Tuesday, February 15th at 7 PM in the council chambers here at City Hall. Reminder that work sessions and council meetings are available for listening and viewing on our website at crystalmn.gov. All right. We don't have a quorum.
No, well, you do have a quorum, but
I
you don't
mean,
have the 5
super-
votes.
5 votes.
But I just want to remind the council, there is a work session tomorrow night at 6:30 with the Parks and Recreation Commission here to talk about the capital budget.
That will also be through Zoom as well, right?
Correct.
So people can
Just
listen
like
in.
the council, correct.
Thank you.
Correct.
Yep.
It's 6:30,
6:30.
okay.
Thanks for picking up on that. All right. What?
Mr. Mayor, I would suggest that someone make a motion to carry that item over to the next meeting, since you do not have enough
To continue it? so to
council
speak?
members to, yes,
Is it the same as a continuation?
yes, yep.
Why don't we continue that, the rules for the council? I'll do that. Done.
Okay.
Because there's no second on that, right?
Actually, a continuation probably, I should consult the rules, but my impression is that you should make a motion and have a second on that. Just so it's a formal action of the council to move forward.
Sounds new to me. I'll make that motion. Looking for a second. Nancy?
I'll second.
All right. All members in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay.
Thank
Motion
you.
carries. All right, we've got our i's dotted, our t's crossed. Motion for adjournment.
Oh, John's not
Who's
here.
Janet?
Nancy?
I don't know what to do.
What? Oh, I'll make a
Anyway.
motion to adjourn. Sorry.
Nancy. Second,
I'll
everyone?
second it.
Thanks, Therese. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
Good job.
All right, have a great night.